Hello everyone, welcome to my first game analysis video. This is Bones from Crucible Radio, and I wanted to start doing some of these just sort of off the cuff, just talking about a good game I had or a bad game I had, and pausing it along the way like I'm about to do, and just sort of break down what I was thinking at the time, what worked and what didn't. I want to give a shout out to this team we played. This was a great 5-4 trials run. You already know 211, the Drums Beast, and Randall Wolf 88. We actually played these guys twice in this ticket. Both games went 5-4. We ended up adding each other with some friend requests after, and we've since played some trials. They're very good, and I really enjoyed these games. So let's talk about this. I am starting out as a, what's it called? Stormcaller. Yeah, you know the warlock thing I play all the time. And I'm running with the Claws of Ahamkara, a Mida, and a Conspiracy Theory D. And I want to play a little aggressive. I want to use those double melee perks with that insane range to just finish off some shotguns I take from too far out. So I'm playing pretty aggressive here, and I haven't really looked at them. I didn't do anything. I just know I'm going to go for that first kill, and I want to cover bodies. So right here, I threw a grenade down kind of lazily, but I really like those storm grenades just as like a way to cover people's vision. They can't see, they just have to go for it, and that allows me to get back into position and kind of push up really hard, and it allows me to cover that body. So I'm feeling good about this round. I was aggro, I used the exotic I'm wearing, and I'm feeling like, cool, let's go shotgun warrior this whole time. So I'm running with the Mida. I like the speed to just get into position, and I go pretty fast towards the stairs and then think about the middle. So right here we get this great first snipe by Pope Bear from Planet Destiny, and I'm playing with him and Swain, and right away I know that I didn't have the best opening. I don't see anyone, so what I want to do is go cover this body, and the first thing I do is put myself on top of that so they're not getting the res. Here's where I make a pretty fatal mistake. So I have this covered, he's pushing up aggressively, and I go for a slide snipe or shotgun. Like I said, I'm just doing this in one take, but I go for a slide instead of just waiting for him, and that's a pretty big mistake here, as you'll see. So I give him the res even when I had it perfectly covered. My positioning was great, my execution was flawed. So now I'm trapped on the bridge. Pope and Swain have to save me up there. They don't really have a good angle. There's two of them up there. Pope goes for a little flank here, and I actually tell Swain right about now to just kind of move over now that he's hurt and go for me. He gets him to bite, which is great. So Pope picks me up, and now I get that shotgun like I should have, and I'm trying to go a little bit aggro. Again, I'm throwing these grenades just to say, like, don't go this way, don't even look this way. I make it hard for their vision to work. And now I do want to properly cover that body. So you already know, hits me with this great snipe. Like beautiful. I was like mid-slide, I think. It was fantastic, and they successfully push up on my body, and Swain at this point is just we put him in a bad spot. So that round didn't go so well, and I was playing a little aggressive to start after that great first round, and I realized like I might be underestimating them. It does take me a bit to think about that, and I probably could have adjusted a little sooner. But now I'm going into the next round thinking like, okay, these guys aren't pushovers. That first round was just me having a good play, but they're going to make their own good plays. So I like going in the middle on Rusted Lands. I mean, geez, this is really improv. Burning Shrine. It's because right here, I can see where they show up on my radar. I actually have a radar blip, but I'm totally safe. I mean, unless that guy snipes right there, which is possible. It's a great spot on this map to just get a sense of where they're going. You can actually read their opening just by going to the middle of the map. So I had done the same thing twice the first rounds, and now I'm going to move around. Drums Beast gets a nice quick pick on Pope. So now I got to readjust to that. And I saw them go across bridge. I realized they're pushing hard. These guys love to collapse on the bodies, as they should. I just end up with a lucky flank there. And these burns end up really biting me, because I can't go in there and get Pope. I can't cover their body. I'm just done for seconds, and that was me kind of getting a little lazy and not checking my corners. So right here I get a nice play with Mida, and I'm thinking I'm going to try it again, and that's a mistake because I have a dead body in front of me. They are obviously getting in position. They know where I am after their teammate is telling me, well, he just shot me from right there. He's got Mida. They either heard that And there I go, pushing from the exact same location, the exact same sight line with my primary, and that's just a mistake. So I get sniped here, as I should have. Plus, he got a body shot on me, so it's like clear that I was weak anyways. It was just kind of too aggressive, but not from the best spot. Swain takes a risky res there, but I think it's a really good call. And again, we're really trying to rescue Pope here. I end up going right back to the same spot. And I'm just shooting through smoke, taking advantage of that low visibility. So right here, I'm realizing it did not work to use a primary down this hallway. It's just not strong enough. They're going to have the better sight line, and even if they body shot me, it's going to win. Now that I know they're in there, I'm not going to sit back again. This is the time where you push. We've got 2 of them down. One of them is up there and by the bodies, and I know I got to make a decision and go full-fledged attack, and I do that. And this ends up working out just fine. So even though I die here, it's great because I communicated with my team that we need to push, and Swain and Pope they're just going to clean up for me.
Enemy team eliminated.
So we kind of pulled that one out. It was a little tough. Some deaths, but all around a good round. So here we go again. And this is one of the most terrible openings I've ever had, an all-around dumb round. I go over here. I see Swain get sniped. I get blasted by the same dude. And now Pope is stuck trying to res both of us in the same spot while they're just setting up for the res snipes. What happened here? So from this angle, one, I stood back here right by this special with a shotgun. That doesn't put me in a space to be aggressive or to flank. It literally backs me into a corner, leaving me only grenades in my primary to fight my way out. The other thing is that I just didn't adjust to my teammate going down, and I didn't even look to think like, well, where did he get sniped from? Well, right in front of my face. So this is sloppy. This is a bad opening as a shotgunner. This is it's a bad opening for 2 of us to go to the same spot. We only have one sight line and it's straight ahead of us. There's no way to check our corners. We can't communicate where they might be moving. We all just went to the same spot. So they rightfully punished this move pretty hard. And now is about the time where I realize, like, let's take it seriously. And these guys are good. Again, you already know I played a trials run with him later. He blasts those headshots. So I'm going back to the middle. Again, I like this opening because I get to see what they're doing. I can immediately tell that they went left. They got those quick picks. They're going to try it again. And now, again, I'm still not playing aggressively. Of course, I'm being careful because I know they're good. But I'm just kind of standing here, waiting for them to pop up on my radar. I got my primary. Because think about this. I'm stuck here. And I can throw grenades in here and I can tap them with Mida. But by staying in one place, I've all but eliminated my own ability to use my shotgun. I don't have a good angle. They know where I am. That dead body right in front of me, he's just looking at me and he sees that I'm not going anywhere. So I've kind of taken myself out of the equation and taken away my powers. Of course, they're going to tag me with a firebolt as well. And what good does that do if I'm burning? So I barely survived this. Swain is down. Pope uses his super, which is a great move. It gives me a second to go over here and get Swain. So now we're all regrouping. What do we do except go back to the same spot? Like, yes, I get a pick here, but I get burned out by the same guy who's been burning me all day. And Pope gets burned as well. And now Swain is left weak with just no time to really set up for his big 1v3. And they successfully push him as they should have.
Eliminated.
So I realized that was a problem. I realized I had eliminated my ability to use a shotgun. I wasn't being smart about it, and I wasn't successfully being aggressive. So I go ahead and switch to sniper, and then I pull out my last word because I like that combo. And all conversations about the meta aside, like what's good in trials, blah, 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 I just feel more comfortable with my sniper. So I get this early pick on heavy round. And I think I, to my advantage, used the fact that I had switched and surprised him. He wasn't expecting a snipe from me, and now he's probably communicating that. So right around here, I have a decision to make. I got this pick. I have a body. It is heavy, but I can either back up or go forward or stay here. I didn't get heavy, so keep that in mind. I have a couple choices here, and I could have run away. I could have realized, like, oh crap, they have rockets. But I know he's the last one up, and I know that if I turn and run, just to be safe from rockets, I give him that res. So what does it get me if I'm alive, but then they have 2 alive, 1 with rockets? It's a risky decision, but I made a decision to stay and cover this body, and it ended up paying off because he was already weak and I just had to tap him. So I'm okay with that decision. It was a risky one, and he could have easily blown me up, but we had the big advantage and I wasn't going to let him shift momentum there. So, got my sniper out. Got my last word. I got my storm collar. Super is charged. I'm switching it up. I want to go for a different opening. And this was a good call because they had been doing similar things. And right here I got way confused by the radar. I see him right up here in front of me. I'm thinking like, okay, he's around the corner. He must see me. I need to watch out. But I am so spread out from Swain and Pope right here that I become useless. I get so distracted by my radar. For some reason, I think he's about to peek and snipe me, so I get all campy. I'm hard scoping. Now I realize, okay, he's definitely not even over here. Do I wait for the special? Is he up there? I've been out of the fight for like an hour at this point, and I've left Swain and Pope to fight 2v3 while I was just waiting to see if someone would, wander on over to me instead of going to where the action is. So, put people in a bad spot. Last Guardian standing. I do get 1 kill. He was aggressive. I punished to that. And I get up here and I'm thinking, okay, let's funnel him in. And I get this early snipe. And this is bad decision making right here. I hear he gets the self-res, and I'm thinking like, well, I know how to snipe a self-res. But I miss because I had dropped down. I thought about moving, and then I jumped back up. I'm not really committing to any one decision. I'm thinking I could run or I could res snipe. I do neither. And then when I miss, I'm even more in my head of like, well, do I try to go for another shot? But he's got a super. He's going to chuck grenades at me, and because I wasn't moving, he tags me, and then they have plenty of time to flank. So this is going to come up later when I realize, okay, it's time to make decisions. Drums Beast with the killer round there, and me just taking myself out of the scenario the entire time.
Point, Guardians. Last chance.
So now we're going back to the right. It's not my favorite opening, but I did do the other things, and I want to switch it up. I did other openings, and I know they want to snipe across. I'm going to beat him at his own game.
Guardian down.
This is an interesting call. I go for some fun box kills, but he ends up not being close enough, and I'm out of the equation. Luckily, Swain has enough time to res. He's going to go get Pope. And I get pretty lucky, but also a nice little snipe over here because I knew he'd try to punish our res, which was a good move.
Guardian down.
Now here's confusing. This bleh. This like shuts my brain down. I don't know why. I thought, well, let's stand around with no sniper ammo and maybe hard scope. But I popped my super. So I have no special. I just popped my super, and I have a decision here to make. As I'm gonna come around this corner, I see Pope and Swain. They're in the same spot. I've got my super, and it's good to res while you do have a super. It can throw people off. They think you want to use it. So I'm thinking right now I might go get those reses, but as I come around the corner, I see a guy. So now right here, I'm thinking I have to make one decision, and I made the decision to chase him and try to finish him off, knowing he was going for a res, knowing that both of my teammates were down, and if it didn't work, the game was over. But what I didn't do was hesitate this time. I had 2 choices. I made one, and there was no pause. There was no screen shake. There was no decision like, maybe I'll go for the res, maybe I don't. Too late. I just went for it, and it ends up paying off. Had I hesitated a second later, I would have been done. My super's out, but I get him. I even got the guy with his self-res. So, I mean, that's decision making in a nutshell. Is just trying to make it happen. So that's a good round. Could have gone so poorly. Again, we're going to go the straight ahead opening. A classic on Burning Shrine. I had beat them in the snipe game the last time. They're trying it again for the 3rd or 4th round. And all 3 of them are straight ahead. I get burned again. And that wheel's going to close. So there's no punishing that res. Pope and Swain go to spread out. I'm still hurt. I'm trying to heal up. I'm trying to keep him distracted. I get pretty lucky getting him at weak health. Now this time, guess what I'm not going to do? Well, what I am going to do is miss this jump. I'm going to let them get to full strength. But I'm not going in without special this time. I'm playing a little passive. I'm playing a little safe. Swain is down. And Pope is cleaning up over there. Pope gets me 2 kills. That guy's weak, and I finish him off. So, that's how that ended. It was a close game.
Another battle won.
There's probably more I could talk about. There's probably more I could cover. But I just wanted to try this. I wanted to do it once. No practice and just get it out there. And maybe I can do more of these, and maybe I can get into a better rhythm. So, let me know what you thought about this. Your thoughts about the play style. Tell me how much you hate snipers. And let me know. This was fun. I want to do more, and I want to get better at them. And I thought this was a pretty good game, so I hope you enjoyed. Thank you. Bye. Bones out.